And it looks like we are live. People of the internets, welcome to a very, very special event. This is a project that I've been working on for 4 months, 5 months, over the course of the past 2 years. NES, actual physical NES hardware, 8-bit Hero Trainer using the Power Pad and the Power Glove. This is the world's first 8-bit, first-person 8-bit RPG combat simulator / fitness trainer. And I spent too much of this afternoon working out issues with the production cartridge. It turned out to be A, just memory map confusion, and B, it looks like this particular hardware throws a maskable interrupt pretty much continuously, and because my interrupt handler does absolutely nothing, I figured it was okay to let it run, but if I let it run, it just gets constantly spammed and the entire thing locks up. I also had a little bit of a problem with unshielded wires in the Power Glove box passing too near the power cord on my TV, but with those worked out, I think we are ready to go. We have this sword marker more or less accurately tracking the angle of the sword based on 2 emitters on the glove, 3 receivers around the television. Gives it enough to triangulate vertical, horizontal, and wrist rotation. It also picks up finger bend, although this particular game does not use it. So, going to be starting here. By the way, I have had to switch over. This headset technically is a microphone and a headset, but on my particular machine, if I try and use both at once, neither one works very well. So this is my standard microphone, which may be a little bit far away-ish, but hopefully it's picking up okay. And I am just listening to everything through the headsets because I don't want to create echo with both audio from the TV into my main mic and audio patched straight through from the TV into my capture card. But anyway, without further ado, there are 4 modes. Ooh, my feet are sweaty enough on the pad, but I should probably wear slippers, which are not shoes. Do not wear shoes on the power pad. But let's work. We have game modes: tame, exciting, or chaos, and a brand new password system, brand new as of 2 years ago when I first tried to put it on hardware. The version without the password is available as a downloadable ROM if you have your own flash cart. I'm going to start with tame, which is basically straight up turn-based. I get hit, then the enemy gets hit, then I get hit. Got hit there. So, gameplay in brief. You saw a target marker appears in one corner of the enemy. You have to swing the blade at that corner as if you are drawing the blade across from that side. So you can't just flail wildly. Like if you want to hit the top left corner, you have to do a left to right swing across the top, a top to bottom swing across the left side, or a diagonal swing above left to below right. If it's a bottom right corner target, again, you have to do a right to left, low, a bottom to top on the right side, or a diagonal bottom right to top left. That's probably the hardest corner to hit. And then in the enemy's attack phase, you'll see one side of the screen light up. If the enemy is going to be attacking you from the left, you need to jump right on the power pad. If the enemy is attacking you from the right, you need to dodge left on the power pad. If the enemy is attacking downwards, you need to jump, get both feet off the power pad. And if the enemy is attacking high, you need to crouch, hit any 3 columns of the 4 columns of the power pad to dodge the attack headed at your head. Every battle you get a certain amount of experience for defeating the enemy. You get a certain amount of experience based on your physical activity, just how many times you have changed column on power pad over the course of the battle. And you level up in any of 3 stats. HP is damage you can take. Agility actually slows down the enemy's attacks as if you yourself have sped up. And attack power is how much damage you deal every time you connect. So, first level. You don't need agility just yet, but it will ultimately be useful. Go on to the next enemy. Magic Mouse. Guess I didn't hit a pad quite. Come on. I shouldn't need HP, but I'm going to take... I got 2 levels out of that. Got some activity experience, at least when I was flailing a little bit. Sure, why not? I am going to grind a little more on the Magic Mouse, but since the power pad is kind of slipping around underneath me, I'm going to take one quick moment to go put down the traction pad underneath it. Double-sided power pad. Hopefully that's enough to keep it. Yeah, that will do fairly nicely. You've seen the sword. The sword helps as a metaphor for what you're actually doing. It probably actually impedes the acoustic pickup of the glove a little bit, so I'm going to try a bit more without it. Back, regrind again against Magic Mouse. Okay. Oh dear. This guy's fast. He's also airborne, so his attack pattern relies a bit more on air attacks than on left, right, and ground. Landed pretty tough on my arm there. And no level up. I'm going to back up just to show off one more thing. It's going to be a little easier at this point in the game for me to gain experience, active experience, rather than just straight up enemy experience. Bad duck there. I was hitting 2 of the 3 columns, but yeah. So now got 6 active experience because I spent so much time left and right running in place. Said it's both a combat sim and a fitness trainer. So yeah, let's get a point of attack. And sure, why not move on? Ground-based enemy, again, I think, if I recall correctly, bug goes for your knees a bit more often than other directions. Not quite good on my timing there. As you get higher in level, each successive increment may give you a few more points in your stats. So 1 level worth of HPs now go up to 11, whereas attack and agility would only go up by 1 point. Agility tends to be the safer level-wise because it just gives you more time to react, and pretty much any enemy, if you're willing to grind for time, pretty much any enemy can be taken down with enough agility. Slow, as I recall, this one really does hit like a truck. It's 3 points of damage, and I only got hit once, so he would 3 hit me. But because of my agility, he is moving pretty slow relative to what I can do to react. Agility also gives you more time to lock in your own attacks, or while waiting for an attack, run around, get some active experience. But since the next few things will hit progressively harder, they will take an HP level. Ooh, Spirit. I have bad memories about Spirit. Looks like he's definitely a little on the quick side for me right now. Not too bad. Yeah, I'll take agility. Again, every time you unlock an enemy, you can refight any enemy you want. The overall objective is to get to the last enemy in the game. Next enemy is always unknown until you fight it at least once. Oh, robot, shit. Not very fast, but high HP, I think. And I probably do not want to get hit. And notice I'm only doing like 1 or 2 damage, so his defense is also... Actually, either my attack is still low. Actually, I think it's my attack. I don't think enemies have defense, but his HP is definitely up there. Like I said, with enough agility, you can grind anything out if you're willing to get a workout for it. Okay. 13 active experience. I will take that. I think since we've had a few non-speed-based enemies, and as I recall, past me did try and mix things up, I'm guessing that there will be a agility-based speed enemy sometime soon, so another point there, and yeah, more attack's not going to hurt. More T is not going to hurt either. Plague arms. Not a speed opponent, probably either balanced or damage oriented. I have described this game as Jump Squats, the video game, on occasion. Not too bad, not as much HP as Robot. Speaking of HP, oh, another slow one. But I think also an HP tank. I hit just a little bit hard, not super hard, but I don't want to take too many of those. And these glasses are definitely not as good for this game as the ones that I had when I was developing it. They do not properly hook over my ears, so hopefully I don't end up losing due to not being able to see. Okay. I don't know. I may need to rebalance difficulty of this game. That, or do less walking 2 miles to and from work every day. This is a little bit easier than I remembered. Okay. Although I am nonetheless starting to feel it in my thighs right about now. He goes for the head. Of course he goes for the head. Enough agility, and you can pretty much grind through anything. Although I'd be curious to let the community get their hands on this and see what the dominant speed strat ends up being. Oh, is the game audio going through? Is the game audio going through? I'm hearing it, but I'm going to turn on monitoring for just a moment to see if I hear the game audio. And I don't. Interesting. Because there is music in this game. So we are now picking up from the window emulator. And yeah, it is zeroed for some reason. Oh, do I? I think I might know why it's... Yeah. Capture system audio enabled. Still not showing anything. ITV is playing. There is always a plan B. And plan B goes something like, I take these things off, turn them off, and crank up the TV. How's that? Might even be more comfortable to play. Next stream we can try for better quality. Audio pass through. Anyway, next enemy. Oh shit. I remember this guy. Come on, where I can hit you. There we are. Good luck getting by. Pretty big glitch, if you don't know the trick. Is he has the fastest speed possible in the game. He will just keep going for your head, but he has very low HP. Oh shit, thanks a lot. Rip run. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need agility. So, you notice I got no warning as to where Fang's about to attack. So let's go back to more Cat Warrior. How hard was that hit? It doesn't look like it took off too much HP. Okay. Agility. And for that matter, let's do that again. Yeah, if you don't swing by the time the targets converge, you lose your chance to attack. So another reason agility helps is it gives you more time before the targets converge. There are maximum amounts of experience you can get. I think based on 8-bit counters, maximum value 255, and behind the scenes, I actually count the number of steps and divide by, I think, 8 or 16, so there ends up being only a maximum of 16 or 32 or thereabouts active experience you can get. Are we fast enough for fangs yet? Just. This is going to be not the most fun I've ever had in this game. And of course he's a bat, so he goes for the head. A lot. Hits, if not like a truck, at least like a VW Beetle. Bat going for the knees. Past me. What were you thinking? Good riddance. It's probably overkill at this point. I think Fangs is one of the last fast enemies up until the final boss rounds. So who's next? Oh, Plague Arms 2. Also known as People Play Games, the vintage shop downtown where I drastically expanded my collection and who helped me out sourcing or loaning me hardware the first time I took this to a game show. So there are, so this means we are into the final rounds where I'm starting to give shout-outs. And shout-out enemies, boss enemies, are not pushovers. Good fight, People Play. Well, if I was at 20 and he knocked me down to like 8, yeah, I could use more HP. Oh, another level. Nice. Next enemy, if we are into the final rush, is either Bob Rost or Paul White. Bob Rost. Or Robert Bost. He was the guy who taught the student-taught course on NES development that I took in undergrad. Subsequently, I taught myself assembly. And of course, he almost always goes for the kneecaps. Not above being a little bit of a troll. Ow. And he goes for the kneecaps hard. Ow. Oh, because I still, even when you lose, you still get a little bit of active experience. So, again, fitness trainer. If I'm on my game, I think I can get through Bob Ross. Again, jump squats, the video game. Come on, damage RNG. I need more than 2s. You were giving me 4s. This guy is a fucking tank. Oh, and of course, the one time in 255, 256, maybe only 64, that he goes for not the kneecaps. Ow. Got my feet off of one of the pads there, so it didn't quite count the duck. Can I stop now? My legs want to stop now. No, seriously. My legs kind of want to stop now. I'm so close to the end that I probably shouldn't. Probably should just inaugural stream, push on to the very end. But I am going to take 30 quick seconds and refill my tea. Let it cool a little bit. Okay, future me walking into work tomorrow. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for what you're going to feel like. In fact, I was thinking I want to turn on the air conditioner, but acoustic tracking and loud continuous background noise don't always work well together. That off of the pad, or just I think I may have been tracking backwards on some of those jumps. Okay, I think the next enemy is going to be Paul White. Yep, Paul White by any other spelling. Oof. Okay, speed enemy. Anyway, Paul White, Paulwhite, was, among other things, a lead engineer developer of the NES Miracle Piano and one of the engineers who wrote helped design and wrote the ROM, the onboard code for the onboard processor of the Power Glove. And serendipitously, while looking up information on the Miracle Piano, I tripped over his website and got into a conversation, got confirmation and additional learning, some very nice information on the Power Glove, to the point where if anyone wants to dig around NestDev, it used to be nestdev.proteus.com, I think it's now nestdev.com. It's whatever I was referencing in my last stream. On their forums, there should now be enough information there if anyone wants to build a reproduction Power Glove, say on an Arduino, or properly implement Power Glove handling into emulators. That information should be available, so I encourage anyone who wants to make this game more accessible to a broader audience, by all means go to the NestDev forums, dig up the info that myself and one other developer contributed to, and knock yourself out. I mean, literally, I think at this point the entire source code package for the Power Glove, if you know that CPU, or if you can research that CPU and figure out the assembly language, all the source is there, so I look forward to seeing what people can do. Meanwhile, let's not fight Robot asshole. Let's go back to Plague Arms. Purple Plague Arms. Not even going to go for the fitness experience at this point. My legs are saying no. Actually kind of impressed that the sword swings on Power Glove were picking up better than some of the sword swings in Skyward Sword. Just shows you how far technology has come in 20 years. Yeah. Agility, please. Most part, position, it's a little bit bouncy even here, but it's, I think, as much as anything else, it's the rotation that is throwing me off, because particularly as the cord is whipping around, it doesn't, partially occluding the sensor, does not always catch the orientation of the blade, and you really do, for it to pick up, you need to have the blade at an angle where you draw it across the enemy. It's not a stabby sword, it is a slashy sword. Top corner isn't usually a problem. That's usually one of the easiest places to hit, but it might also be that in here with a lot of irregularly shaped hard, flat objects, like my desk and my monitor, microphone canister, it might just be bouncing oddly. Ow! Do you really in one hit take me down from 33 HP to 2 HP? In that case, yes. I will take HP. And I think if I was getting no warning at 15 agility, I'm going to want at least one more point of agility before proceeding. And my legs not making this fun. Need to call up Meta Sigma, get some flex training in. Do more leg day. Also, just not overdo my motions, if at all possible. Can't really not overdo the jump. But the side dodges, you really just need to get off the opposite side more than anything. Sidestep and chill. Sidestep and chill. Nice and relaxing. More agility. Okay. The answer is either going to be still no or fuck my life. But can we handle Paul White yet? Yes. Yes, but probably fuck my life. It's like 2 ticks maybe of warning as far as the game goes. And if you're really top tier good, in theory, there will always be a delay between the time the enemy starts to move and the time they hit the edge of the screen and actually trigger the damage. So in theory, speedrunners might be able to get by with no agility at all, but I'm not a speedrunner, and I'm also not crazy. In RNG, I need more high rolls. Thank you for not going for the head terribly often, Paul White. You're being nice. And of course I had to go say that. I get one more hit before I'm toast. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, we are at the final boss. Final boss. Creator, inspiration, brain behind the NES, password system on Metroid, Kid Icarus, Virtual Boy, maybe Power of Love to an extent, although I think that was more Mattel. Anyway, big name in classic Nintendo development. Again, parodied, but Domo arigato, Gunpei Yokoi-san. Ow. Welcome to the final boss. Hits like truck, moves like rabbit. So, yeah, Paul White's not a terrible grind fight. Fuck my life. Ow. can also get critical hits for double that's where my damage is coming from. Critical hits, double damage. Otherwise, it goes, like every point of attack gives you, I think, on average, 1/4 more point of damage. Modulo RNG. Oh, shit. Also, not doing good things to my arm on these crouch impacts to the third column. Plague arms. Ow. What? I was going to try. Oh, what? Really? The timing for the low attacks. The attack will auto-trigger as soon as you're in the air off the pad, which makes it a little bit easier to dodge, actually, because you don't need to worry about timing leaving the pad. But if you're too quick into the air and back onto the ground, it will hit you. I cannot take another hit. Okay. Agility again. You can grind anything with agility. Agility and patience. My legs are starting to shake here. Otherwise, this should be plenty of time to go for a little bit of active experience. Could also say this is RNG manipulation, since the RNG in this game does cycle itself every time input changes. It's 19 agility, enough for your Khoisan. This really is fuck my life speed. 1 tick to react. And final boss tier HP, ow. 1 tick to react on a crouch. To speedrun this game without agility, you probably would need to stay more or less crouched just to get down in time. You notice I have been using a wide stance. A lot of beginning players, including myself back in the day, just been in a demo, will use a center stance and then want to move both feet to step left or to step right. And just like DDR, you don't want to have excess dancing around if you don't need to. It's generally a lot faster just to keep 1 foot on the outside so you can trigger a right dodge by... A right dodge is nothing more than weight on the rightmost column of the 4 and no weight left of center. Left dodge, just the opposite. Weight on the far left column and no weight right of center. Jump is no weight anywhere on the pad, and duck is weight in any at least 3 of the 4 columns. So, a little bit more grinding. But in order, as I was saying at the start of that, in order to speedrun this game with no agility, you would probably need to stay more or less in a crouch in order to be able, not too fast there, in order to be able to move fast enough to cover 3 columns. But then you would need to definitely be doing squat jumps to clear the pad on jump attacks. And you can see, but I cannot, due to safe zone cropping on the TV. There are actually indicators at the very bottom of the screen that would also show up on a flat screen TV, showing you what columns you're actually covering. They aren't strictly necessary, which is why they aren't prominent. One of the reasons they aren't prominent, the other being that this is a very simple implementation, and I don't want to be redrawing the background a lot, just color cycling the 4 edges. But if you have the setup to see it, it can make things easier. So 1 point of agility should bring us up to 2 ticks. Warning on Yokoi-san's attacks. Of course, I keep backing up. Keep backing up, just however I'm moving must be nudging the pad backwards. So, this might not be FML Yokoi. Maybe. No, it still is. Particularly if he does a lot of high attacks. He may even have the highest representable HP in the game. So this is going to be FML for a long time. And still 2-hit KO against me. Again, don't even need to get the other foot all the way over. You just need to get weight off the far side from this stance. No. Sad Profness is sad. Sad Profness is very sad. but at least the speed is not unreasonable. Sad Profness's legs are sad. Of course, this one's hella slow now. Hold that squat. Feel that burn. Really RNG. Really RNG. Good. So, what do I need more? Wow, I'm up where HP will give me 10. Yeah, I think that's what I need. One more hit against Yokoi-san, and we might have this. It is now a 2-hit KO. Still not fun speed. I guess actually speed is actually not all that bad. It's just the stress of knowing that if I don't make it, I am shot. Yeah, this is not feeling like a good fight. Yeah. So speed's not bad. Attack at this point may be what I am most wanting. Oh, even Paul White is slow by comparison. Yokoi-san really is the final boss, and he has stats to prove it. So I think we found our new grind fight. The enemy experience. Nice. There is a password system now. I could stop and come back tomorrow, but I've come so far this stream. I want to see it through. Even though I am also up later than I wanted to stay awake on a work night. Good workout. Hopefully I'll fall asleep quickly. May have misspoken about stat growth earlier. I think, in retrospect, HP is the only one that goes up by more than 1 point per level, just because 1 point, the way damage scales towards the late game, 1 point just didn't quite seem fair. But since attack and agility work mechanically in slightly different ways than raw linear progression, keeping the stat growth linear wasn't too bad. With a bit of luck and a bit of concentration, we might be able to do this. And some good RNG on the crits. What? I did not need to lose both of my 2 spare hits that early. First time, live on air, training all clear. That, people of the internet, is game. And a nice bit of experience. And I am going to write down that password, then sign off, then possibly throw up, then pass out. Thank you so much for watching. And keep your eyes on this stream for how to get your very own copy of 8-bit fucking hero trainer, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.